News Radio 570 WSYR, now on 106.9 FM.
570 WSYR, times 8:15. Last week, Sprint, the wireless company, came out with something called the WeGo. It's, they say, a simple super cell phone for kids as young as 5. And they say it gives parents tracking capabilities and letting kids master basic communication skills with a cell phone. Mary Ashmore is an education expert. Good idea? You like this, Mary?
Well, Joe, I'm not quite sure the 5-year-olds need devices like this. When I raised my 2 kids, I gave them cell phones when they could drive. I do understand the features of the WeGo in an effort to teach responsibility for kids and how to use devices appropriately and responsibly, but I'm not quite sure 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds, I would have said that they would have had me purchasing these for my kids, maybe starting at the age of 10, 11, and for 3 or 4 years prior to driving and using the full-fledged mobile device to teach them. But yeah, that's a bit young.
You got to hope that the parents who might even be thinking about this give their youngin some advice. But then again, I think there's a big gap in knowledge for kids and even adults, when it comes to cell phone safety and cell phone etiquette. So if they're not getting the right information from the parents, I mean, in a lot of cases, right, a parent will buy a cell phone for a young kid because everybody else has one.
That's exactly right. Now we're going to have our kids at 5, 6, 7, and 8 begging their parents for one because the next door neighbor has one. I just think the age gap was a bit much when they said 5 to 12-year-olds for the WeGo.
Yeah, and again, it's a cell phone. And, they're saying, well, it's sophisticated GPS system, you know where the kids are. But it's also, as a cell phone, I don't think it's realistic to give a kid a phone and tell them not to talk or text with their friends.
Exactly right. Yeah, no, for GPS, I thought there were 2 different things. GPS and tracking, safety, I get that. Let's talk about putting chip devices in their backpacks or on them somehow attached to their clothes. If we want to worry about them going off or kidnapping or missing children, I get that part for safety. But right, to introduce cell phones to my 5-year-old nephew, they need to go out and play. They need to be kids. I think we're having them grow up way too fast.
Mary Ashmore is an education expert. Sprint came out with a super simple smartphone last week that is geared toward kids. Kids as young as 5.